Hello and welcome, friends. My name is Garden Life Studio, and today I want to share a true story from my own backyard. A story that completely changed the way I understand lemon trees, citrus trees, and fruit production forever. For 3 long years, my lemon tree gave me absolutely nothing. Not one fruit, not one flower, not even a single bud. Back in spring 2021, I planted a beautiful Meyer lemon tree in my backyard. The leaves were lush, deep green, and glossy. The branches stretched wide and healthy. Everything about the tree looked perfect. If you walked past my garden, you would have thought this was the healthiest citrus tree on the street. But year after year, there were no lemons. Every spring, I waited. Every summer, I hoped. Every autumn, I felt disappointed. I tried everything most gardeners try. I added more fertilizer. I increased watering. I even moved the tree into a larger container for a while. And strangely enough, every one of those efforts made the situation worse instead of better. I was almost ready to give up. Then one day, while visiting a local nursery, I met a commercial citrus grower from Central California. We started talking about lemon trees, and I told him my story. He listened carefully, smiled, and then shared something that completely shocked me. He told me about what I now call remedy number 2, the water stress technique. He said, if your tree refuses to flower, stop watering it. It sounded completely backward. Plants need water. Trees need moisture. Everything I had ever learned told me this was dangerous advice. But I was frustrated, curious, and willing to try anything. So I tested it. I stopped watering my lemon tree for 14 full days. And then something incredible happened. Around week 4, I noticed tiny flower buds forming for the very first time. By week 6, my tree was covered in blossoms. That moment changed everything for me. By the end of this video, you will understand 5 powerful remedies that can turn a leafy citrus tree into a true fruit factory. These methods are ranked from the laziest approach to the most hands-on techniques. And yes, remedy number 2 is used by commercial citrus farms all over the world, and it costs you absolutely nothing. Before we get to the solutions, we need to understand the real reasons lemon trees fail to flower. Reason number 1, too much nitrogen. Nitrogen is the nutrient responsible for leafy growth. It drives the production of leaves, stems, and branches. Think of nitrogen like caffeine for plants. It stimulates constant activity and expansion. But here is the hidden problem. When a plant receives too much nitrogen, it becomes obsessed with growing bigger instead of reproducing. It focuses all its energy on leaves instead of flowers. Instead of fruit, you get endless green growth. Dark green, glossy leaves are often praised as a sign of health. But for citrus trees, this can actually be a warning sign. Nitrogen directly increases chlorophyll production, which makes leaves look rich and vibrant. It also fuels the creation of proteins that accelerate cell division. That is why branches grow rapidly when nitrogen levels are high. However, flowering requires a completely different hormonal signal. The tree must shift from growth mode into survival mode. It must sense that resources are limited and reproduction is necessary. When nitrogen levels stay high, growth hormones dominate. These hormones tell the tree that conditions are perfect and there is no urgency to reproduce. The top of the tree continues producing new shoots, and those shoots actively suppress flower development lower down. This creates a biological hierarchy where growth always comes first. And when growth never stops, flowering never begins. This problem is extremely common when gardeners use fertilizers labeled with ratios like 20-10-10 or 30-15. That first number represents nitrogen. These products are excellent for leafy vegetables such as lettuce and spinach, but they are harmful for fruiting trees. Citrus trees require balance. Enough nitrogen to remain healthy, but not so much that the tree forgets its reproductive purpose. There is also something called the carbon to nitrogen ratio. When nitrogen becomes too dominant, the plant prioritizes structure. When nitrogen drops and carbon becomes relatively higher, the plant receives a signal that it is time to reproduce. If your lemon tree is overflowing with dark green leaves but has 0 flowers, excessive nitrogen is very likely the first problem.